91.1. It is time for our monthly visit with the folks from ICTC. Keith McCracken is here, Rachel Grabowski, and good morning to both of you. And you've brought someone else with you this morning, Mr.
Yes,
McCracken.
we brought Samantha Snedden, who is an Indiana student at ICTC in the digital media program.
Mm-hmm. Morning, Samantha.
Morning.
It's good to have you with us.
Thank you. Good to be back.
She's been here before. She's with us this morning. She's going to tell us a little bit about a video they produced for another event that we have coming up. We have a lot of events coming up really in sequence. We're going to start with our 9th grade showcase, which is coming up, and I got to check my notes here. January 25th through the 30th, we'll have about 800 students coming through ICTC, 9th grade students. Mm-hmm. And we try to make it a very welcoming affair, try to make sure they have some fun, that they're informed while they're having some fun. That'll be followed by Shadows in February. That's like the first week of February, 5th through the 9th. And then, of course, we have a career night, which is an open house on the 22nd. So we're going to do all these purposed together to just open up the ICTC and get 9th graders familiar with what we have to offer. And Samantha and her crew put together a video. I believe you did it last year,
Yeah,
right?
it was for last year.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
The video basically incorporates superheroes into our everyday lives. It shows that, yes, Spider-Man, Superman, all those guys, they save lives and stuff, but with our everyday heroes like our healthcare providers, our masonry, everything else, without them we wouldn't have a lot of the things we do today, and that's just, everyday heroes we tied together.
Just let me clarify. At no point in this video does Mr. McCracken show up in a leotard.
No.
Okay, then.
You are safe, Todd, once
At
again.
least, unless they changed it.
No, even if they changed it, Samantha, I can assure you, Mr. McCracken will not show up in a leotard.
Okay, well, that's the only real concern I had with this thing, because they rate these things PG-13. That would have just slipped it up into R right there.
Yeah, I don't.
It would have been a horror movie. Let's put it that way.
So the work on this was done last fall or last year?
Last school year, around the same time. So basically about a year ago.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and you were involved in that.
I had some creative help. I mean, like, I had input, but a lot of other students had most of the work here.
And it really points out the collaborative nature of your department, what you do. Yeah.
It's not even just us. It has corporations of everything, all of the departments in ICTC. They relate the Man of Steel to welding. You know?
Yeah. The Man of Wood to carpentry.
Yeah, basically.
The Man of Flour to the baking department.
The baking department,
we
which I apologize, Todd. As you can see, I once again dropped the ball on bringing Todd cookies.
Well, see, it's not a requirement that you bring me food. It's always appreciated, but it's not required.
But see,
I would say when the 9th graders come and they visit ICTC, they should get cookies. Right, Samantha?
I didn't get cookies.
You didn't get cookies?
Okay, now I'm really, I didn't bring Todd cookies. Samantha didn't get cookies. Maybe Rachel wants
Rachel,
to
have you had a
talk
cookie yet today?
No, then I'd be on a sugar high. And you'd be
we don't want that
out of your studio.
Oh.
So I'm here. As you know, I work with the adult students at ICTC. So as Keith was talking about, we've got these events in sequence, and they're for 9th graders at the beginning. However, the open house that we hold in February on the 22nd it's a community-wide open house. Okay. So my department's involved in that because adult students get to come to that who might be considering a program at ICTC or a career change, but don't know what they want to do, but something with their hands that they know they don't want to go to a 4-year college, that they know those things. So coming to the open house helps them get those questions answered about what types of careers could I learn about here? How does that work? Can I apply? Would I really be able to start school in August?
Yeah.
And students who are at that point where they are semi-interested can apply at that event, and they don't have to pay their application fee. So it saves them that $30 application fee too.
Absolutely.
It's all of our instructors are there. All the program areas are open. So you're like, I'm kind of curious what they do in machining, but I also like welding. You get to walk in, see what they do, and talk to the instructors. So we really push that event as an opportunity. If you're interested in a program, interested in what we do, come up and see us. We'll have our CDL folks there, some post-secondary colleges that you can move into after you finish the ICTC through an articulation. So the opportunities are so broad, and we kind of use that night to just open the doors and give them that information.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we need to dispel for folks is the notion that since ICTC has such a heavy concentration on high school age students, that they're being taught high school level courses in the adult programs. That's not the case at all.
Technical fields are not age specific,
Yeah.
right? So you're learning a technical skill that gets you a career, whether you are, say, 16 or 17 or 55. You are learning that skill to be able to move into a career that's going to support your family, your lifestyle, wherever you are in your life stream.
Absolutely. All right. So that is February that you
22nd.
said the 22nd.
It's 5:30 to 7. I did put some flyers out on the table here at the radio station if someone wanted to grab them. You also can stop up at the school anytime. Our adult ed office is open evening hours too,
Okay.
to stop in and talk with our secretary or myself
All right.
and plan to
Very
visit
good.
us.
Very good. That sounds like a great plan. Let's get back to Samantha, who's standing over there lamenting the fact that Keith did not bring her cookies either. Samantha, talk a little bit more about what people will see when they view this this presentation that your department has put together.
It shows a whole bunch of different fields that they can get into, as well as different, like, you don't, like for DMT, you don't have to go specifically for photography or movies. There's a whole bunch of different things that fall underneath those categories. When I first watched it, I'm not gonna lie, I got goosebumps. Just because of all the different incorporations of superheroes to linking our everyday heroes. It just, I don't know, it got to me.
Well, you know, when you say that, it means that it's effective.
Yes.
In the first place. But two things are being said there. Number one, you're making a great presentation on behalf of the entire institution of the Indiana County Technology Center. Number two, you're putting together an advertisement for your very own department
Yeah.
because they're seeing the quality of the work, the way that the story is told, the creativity that is involved in it, and they're saying to themselves, "Wow, I could get involved in something that is able to produce something like that, and I'm able to do it right here at ICTC." And I'm only in 9th grade now. Imagine what happens by the time I'm a senior.
Yeah. I mean, I even look at my own work and I can tell, like, wow.
Oh yeah, do you ever
Yeah.
have the urge to pull out the first stuff you ever did compared to what you're doing
not
now?
To. I know some of the things I should avoid. There's my teacher pulled up a video and I'm just like, please don't show that one. But the new stuff that I'm doing, you can see a big difference.
Where is it going to take you in your life path?
Hopefully, I will. I write books and scripts myself, so hopefully, I'll be directing and maybe even acting in them. Because if I don't say so myself, I'm a pretty good actor.
Samantha is not shy.
I can tell. That's
really.
a good thing. That's a good thing. We love them. We love when you're outgoing.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with that. But hopefully, I'll get into further myself with this stuff and direct and create my own masterpieces.
There you go. You've got a budding star here. I can tell, Mr. McCracken.
Yes, when you go into DMT in the PM session, it's even interesting where Samantha positions herself because she has what I call the gunfighter seat. She can see everything that's going on in that room, even who comes in when they come in. And she is just sort of a natural director. You can see it when you come in. There's always a couple kids with her looking at a screen, but it always seems to be Samantha that's saying, no, this here, nope, that there, cut that, pull this back, that.
Yeah.
So that's why we brought her. I was really happy to be able to bring her today.
Gotta
I'm
know
happy
your
to
stuff.
be back. Even with the 2-hour delay, I was just like, I want to sleep, but I also want to go. So
The 2-hour delay. Puh.
yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, she can put that aside and come in and visit with us. We're glad that you did.
I'm glad I did too.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
give me the rundown again on all these events, dates, times, and
I'm actually going to have to read it this time, Todd. It gets confusing
all
for
right.
me.
Oh, so you're actually going to do something accurate this time?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Our 9th grade shadow visits start on January 25th and run through the 30th. That's the 800 9th graders from all the sending districts coming through the building. That'll be followed by their shadow experience. Now, they'll come through and tour, and then they'll decide that, hey, there's 1 or 2 programs, possibly 3, that I want to look at because of my experience with this tour. And they'll be able to shadow. In other words, stay in the program for a while, work with another student on a short project, and give them a good idea of what they're getting into. That'll be and that is February 5th through 9th.
Let me ask you briefly.
Sure.
When kids do that and they identify this program or that program that they want to explore, Do they also have the opportunity to go to a second or a third program that they want to look at as well?
Yes. That day, we actually have them sign up for 2, a first and a second choice.
Okay.
And then there are cases where a student will come through, look at first and second, and say, hey, I love this environment, but can I look at program number 3?
Okay.
And a lot of times that'll end up being where they go.
You'll fix them up.
If they come, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we will find a place for them if they're willing to come.
Okay. Very good.
So that'll be February 5th through 9th. And then we set up the career night, as Rachel was talking, and that's an everybody night. What we've learned is if we do an open house, we're going to get a lot of adults anyway. And so we might as well set up something that's going to assist them and show them what we have available while they're there with the high school students who are coming. So now we're just saying, hey, we really want to encourage the adults along with the families of potential ICTC students and current ICTC students. But that's going to be February 22nd, starts at 5:30. There's a local radio station going to be there, 1160, I heard. Yeah,
I've heard of that.
And some post-secondary institutions.
I heard they're really good.
Yeah, they are. We'll have some cookies for them.
Well, then there you go.
We'll put it in someone else's hands and they'll get it done. But IUP will have representatives. WCCC will have some representatives along with PA Highlands, and St. Francis will be there. Mm-hmm. Again, you meet the teachers. The students will be doing live demonstrations. You'll walk in the machine shop. They'll be producing something. Welding might not, but you'll be able to go in and really get a feel for what goes on a daily basis in ICTC, and that's what we really want to do with that career night on the 22nd of February.
All right, people need to know more. Just go to the website.
Yes, sir.
Facebook.
Yes.
Or call. There you go. Good plan. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in to visit with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank.